Reading is a multifaceted cognitive process where our brains are engaging in several tasks simultaneously. There are 5 aspects to the process of reading: phonics, phonemic awareness, vocabulary, reading comprehension, and fluency. Each of these 5 aspects work together to create the reading experience. This experience, however, does not develop at the same rate or in the same way for all individuals, and it is paramount that educators understand not only how to identify areas impeding reading development, but to use that knowledge to select responsive instructional tools and strategies to help their students grow. I selected Angel, a student from my first grade class, to participate in the literacy case study to get a better understanding of how to help strengthen the linguistic skills of individuals who are having difficulty. Angel is a second language learner who struggles in all areas of reading. However, she enjoys reading, and she is a very self-motivated student. We began our work together with the Burke interview. Her responses gave me some insight into who she is and what she values. I was also able to identify areas that she wanted to improve with regard to her reading skills. Following the interview, I administered diagnostic and formative assessments to determine a starting point and to chronicle her progress through the stages of reading. Angel's baseline scores place her somewhere between the emergent and beginning stages of reading and highlighted weaknesses in the areas of phonics and phonemic awareness. To address these areas of need, I engaged Angel in activities where she would practice identifying each individual phoneme and produce its sound. I also had her build words with sounds I produced, which helped with her decoding skills. We conducted these activities in a small group, which was great for her. The peer modeling was beneficial, and she seemed to work better having a chance to interact with her peers. It also boosted her confidence to partner with other students. In the following video, you will see Angel working with a peer during word study.
What letter says B?
This one?
Okay. Well, wait, what? You got to put it on the word.
B.
There we go.
B.
All right.
Bat.
Very good. So what are the words that you made so far?
Bat.
You made bat. What were the other ones?
Rat.
Rat. What else?
Cat.
Cat. And then what was the other one?
Sat.
Very good. So the beginning sound changed, but the ending sound, did it change or stay the same?
Stay the same.
It stayed the same. That's what we call a word family, because they all sound the same at the end. And when you know how it sounds at the end, you don't have to work so hard to decode every single word you see, okay?
Okay.
Following the word study, we moved on to vocabulary building tasks. Together, we selected a book, and as she conducted a pre-reading picture walk, I previewed the text looking for words we may need to review ahead of time. I chose 3 and front-loaded the terms so Angel would understand them when she came across them in context. To pre-teach the vocabulary terminology, I used a graphic organizer similar to a concept web. With the focus word in the middle, together we identified a related word in her native language, a synonym, defined the word in her terms, wrote a sentence with the word, and she illustrated the word in context. As we began reading the selection, I utilized several reading strategies to support her comprehension: echo reading, read aloud modeling, and repeated reading. In the following video, you can see how these strategies supported her developing fluency and comprehension.
Okay, so we're going to start with the echo reading, okay?
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll read it first, and then you are going to repeat after me, and this is going to help you with your fluency, okay? Okay, here we go. A Shoshone Indian
Indian
woman,
woman.
Sacagawea,
Sacagawea.
lived
Live
near
near
Fort
Fort
Mandan.
Mandan.
Okay, now this part I'm going to read several words. I want you to listen to how I sound, okay? And then you'll repeat at the when I pause. How about that? Ready? She knew the lands. Your turn.
She knew the land.
The team would travel
The team would travel
through and spoke
through and spoke
American Indian languages.
American Indian languages.
Lewis and Clark
Lewis and Clark
asked her to join
asked her to join
the voyage,
the voyage,
and she did.
and she did.
Very good. So we're going to repeat that, and I'm just going to have you listen to it. Hold on. I'm just going to have you listen to it first, and then you can read it with Miss Bennett this time, okay? Okay. A Shoshone Indian woman, Sacagawea, lived near Fort Mandan. She knew the lands the team would travel through and spoke American Indian languages. Lewis and Clark asked her to join the voyage, and she did. Now we're going to read that together, okay?
Non-linguistic representations are great ways for any student to demonstrate their understanding of a task. However, for language learners, helping students understand and represent knowledge non-linguistically is an essential practice. It helps students think about newly learned concepts multidimensionally and affords them an opportunity to communicate without the limitations of language patterns they have not yet mastered. A sketch to stretch is an instructional strategy that encourages students to visualize text and then interpret the concept by drawing it. Here, Angel is completing a sketch to stretch to demonstrate her understanding of the selected text.
Okay, so I had you do a sketch to stretch so that you could illustrate your understanding of what we read about Sacagawea. So what did you choose to draw? Can you explain it to me? Okay, all right, what did you draw?
I used to draw Sacagawea going under the water to get the papers, and the horse, and the compass,
Mm.
the dog, and the house, and the flag.
Okay, that's very, very nice. So if you would describe her based on what you drew right there, how would you, what are some words that you might use to describe who she was? Like, would you say that she is a person who thinks about herself, or is she a person who thinks about others?
Others.
Okay. Any other way you might describe her? No? Okay. That's very nicely done. Are you anything like her? Do you do things that are brave? You do? Can you tell me something that you do?
One day I found out that I can jump from down to up
Whoa, you jumped off of something? Or onto something?
onto something.
Oh my goodness.
And then I jumped off.
And you did? Was it scary? Was it pretty high? Wow, and you did it, were you scared at all?
A little bit. Then when my mom catch me.
In my work with Angel, I discovered many things about how reading develops. While the components of reading are intertwined, for struggling readers, especially in the case of early elementary students, these components must be compartmentalized. Direct and explicit instruction in each area of reading is often beneficial for emergent or beginning readers, and it is necessary for educators to assess specific needs rather than assume repeated practice or lower level text will solve all problems. I've seen notable improvements in Angel since the beginning of our work together, and as she continues her journey to become a better reader, I'm confident that I will see her reach even greater heights.